This is our February 2026 mission to Rwanda. We lost a day because the first day we went to the airport, they canceled our flight, so we had to come back the very same schedule the next day. And everything went well all the way through. You can see us here on our different flights as a team together with Chrissy and Debbie and Lagisha and myself. And this is Ann, Justin's wife. They met us outside customs in Kigali. There's Justin, and they drove us to the apartments where we would stay. This apartment complex has a little cafeteria in it, and we eat our meals there. And when people stay there and pay for the rooms, they use a big portion of that money for missions. This is Chanel, the translator for the ladies. Very nice girl. You hear her voice on the Rwanda sand filter reports every month. And here we have the first school that the ladies went to with Chanel, and they taught these kindergarten, preschool kids. They did crafts, they gave them gifts, they gave them music lessons, and they were so thrilled to work with these children for a couple of hours. This is the couple that oversees that school. Here we have a photo of Anne, Justin's wife, with the three ladies. Then we went out to see the sand filter program. This man had a filter in his home, and we went to see it in operation. And you can see where they store their corn that they grow to dry it out before they take it off the or husk the corn, and they keep it to dry it there. This is a lady in a different house. She had a filter. Both of them really enjoyed the filters, really helped them. And there's Chanel and our team there at the biosand filter distribution. You saw that other filter in the home. Here are the 22 filters we distributed. They put two sides of stone. Every family takes a bag of this stone and a big bag of sand home with them, plus the plastic filter. And then a tech comes and installs it in their home. And this picture is of a welding area where they teach people to weld to earn money. Then I was at the training center for 2 days, and I trained this group of leaders from different parts nearby, house church leaders. And I taught them first inside the classroom. Then after that, we moved outside because it was too small in there. We had more people coming. They all stood to receive the messages in every session because I encouraged them to be mature believers and not baby Christians, because baby Christians can't make disciples. They are a discipleship movement of multiplying house churches. They were glad to get the teaching and really needed it. And Justin also encouraged them with his exhortation during these meetings. And so the people received us. That's my translator. He translated for me most of that week. And at the end of the second session, they began to worship the Lord and had a good time of praise and worship and dance. And here's Justin closing that particular teaching that day. It was a great time of teaching both days. This brother is a pastor of a church. He's blind from in the military when a landmine blew up and took his eyesight, but he's persevered as a pastor. I taught from Ephesians 4, encouraging them to be equipped to become the mature members of the body of Christ. Then we took a day, it was a long day, going to this game park, a large game park there in Rwanda. And this was our tour guide. She rode in Justin's SUV as we drove around. We saw the hippo here with a gaping mouth, and then the rhinos. They were huge. And then we saw the Cape buffalo, big group of them. They're big and nasty. A lot of giraffes. You see the lake there. The lake was so long that most of our time driving the dirt roads was near that lake, and many giraffes. We saw them in different parts of the park, and there were just a lot of them. Justin zoomed in on his camera and got some good pictures. We weren't this close to them, but you can see those are good photos. This is one of the types of antelope. I believe this is either a tuk-tuk or a water buck. And we saw a lot of them, and as well as this lake eagle. We saw more than one or the same one twice, and then all the elephants. There were many. We saw them, a big group of them inside the park when we first came, and on the way back, we had to drive out the same way to leave the park. 4 hours in, 4 hours out. We saw a lot of this animals on the way out. The rhino here, and a lot of zebras around, a lot of the deer type animals, the little gazelles and the ones we've already seen. There are several types, antelopes, and there's just many of them. And then again, we saw the elephants a second time. They were down actually in the lake. A bunch of them were in the lake, and these photos show them just beside the lake. But there's quite a herd of them. You can see a lot of that. I think there were probably more than 20 in that group. I didn't count them exactly, but there's a little baby there with a mom, and they're just such a majestic animal. I wanted to give you a lot of these nice pictures to look at. And here's the lake eagle again. Uh, and we saw lots of different birds. We saw animals we didn't even get pictures of. Here's the hippos, a bunch of them in the water, and a couple different kinds of monkeys, especially a big troop of baboons. So the final day of ministry was at the center, and a lot of children came together. Probably there were 100 families represented here, so there are probably close to 100 kids. And the girls did their crafts and their music lessons and gave out, each one got a gift, and they enjoyed these things. There was a race car with a race car track, and the kids were just excited, pretty much overwhelmed to be able to do this. And there's Lagisha and Chrissy doing a good job with the spin art, and there's Debbie teaching music, and she did a couple different crafts with the kids, and they brought a lot of material and left it for the leaders to use in the future to make these different types of crafts that the ladies brought with them. So it was great. I was impressed by the ladies and their commitment to work with the children. That's another one of those crafts with those different rubberized strings that you would make pot holders out of. And this little girl learned so she could teach others. There's Chanel again helping with the kids. And the gift bags were handed out. They had 65 gift bags. Not every kid got one, but Justin decided who would get them, and they were thrilled. There was candy in there and some Play-Doh, and they even gave out the game of jacks, taught them how. Here's the eyeglasses, the reading glasses that we handed out. We had 25 pairs of those. People were thrilled. The older people were thrilled to get the reading glasses. And then finally, we had 100 sets of food. There was a huge bag of rice, big bottle of oil. There was some soap there, maybe some other things, and every family got one. They called out the family. They stood by the food, and they gave them the okay, and they took it home. We had a very fruitful mission, and we're planning on coming back to help the people of Rwanda, perhaps as early as next year. Thank you for your prayers and your support on the mission. We were able to buy $2,100 worth of food for those 100 families.